Welcome to my class of mobile computing. Today we will learn about usage model for synchronization. Mobile communication device users enjoy the convenience of accessing information anywhere at any time. However, the information they want may not always be on the device they carry. Their cell phones need the phone number on their PDAs, and the really important email is always on corporate server. Users want ubiquitous access to informations and applications from the device at hand. Plus, they want to access and update this information on the fly. Mobile users may not want to be constantly connected to a network and data stored over the network, especially if they have to pay for the airtime by the minute. They want to retrieve data from the network and store it on the mobile device where they can access and manipulate it locally. Periodically, they can reconnect with the network to send any local changes back to the network data repository and learn about updates made to the data over the network while the device was disconnected. Occasionally, they also need to resolve conflicts between the updates made to the two copies. The reconciliation operation, where updates are exchanged and conflicts are resolved, is known as data synchronization. Synchronization helps storage at enterprise server a large chunks of information for the many devices connected to it and update partial copies of data at frequent intervals. The following are different processes in data synchronization. Synchronization between the server and device when the server sends full copy. Synchronization between device as a data generating source and server when device sends full copy. Synchronization between server and device when partial but consistent copy stored at device and updated as soon as the copy modifies. By definition, mobile users are not always connected to a network and its stored data. Users retrieve data from network and store it on the mobile device where they access and manipulate the local copy of the data. Periodically, users reconnect with the network to send any local changes back to the network data repository. Users also have the opportunity to learn about updates made to the network data while the device was disconnected. Occasionally, they need to resolve conflicts among the update made to the network data. This reconciliation operation, where updates are exchanged and conflicts are resolved, is known as data synchronization. Data synchronization then is the process of making two sets of data look identical For a mobile device, synchronization applies to data that the mobile device stores locally. A data synchronization protocol defines the workflow for communication during a data synchronization session. When the mobile device is connected to the network, the protocol must support naming and identification of records, common protocol commands to synchronize local and network data, and it can support identification and resolution of synchronization conflicts. Synchronization between server and device for partial but consistent copy stored at the device, but the modified copy at server need not be sent to the device on next transaction. Today, the industry offers a variety of non-interoperable data synchronization products, each connecting data from a few types of data repository to a few devices. Each protocol functions only for selected transport and is implemented on a few devices. Most synchronization products use different communication protocols over the network. The question arises, what we need to sync, or what is the exactly what are the data that need to be synced. Data synchronization is two copies of data, one on mobile and on server. We need to keep them in sync. Generally, contacts, calendars, tasks, app, database, configuration data that needs to be synced. Types of synchronization. Data synchronization has happened in between the mobile device and service provider, mobile device and personal computer, or between the mobile device which are enabled Wi-Fi or Bluetooth. SMS, call logs, emails fall under structured data that need to be synced. MP3, ringtones, different photos are unstructured data that need to be synced. Now there is synchronization complexity also. Under synchronization complexity there is a communication complexity, where the say if we consider an example of Alice and Bob, which are the two users, Alice and Bob's wonder if they have the same string, can they decide without communicating all n bits. So the types of synchronization are file sync and application sync. Under file syncs there are bit buckets and no semantics. Also it is used for master and slave, as well as there is no conflict resolution. Now application sync, application events, example meeting postponed, task declined, conflict resolution and bidirectional sync. The following are different synchronization categories. Partial or full copies of data are synchronized between device and server. For example, consider the same data set at the device and at the server. Two-way synchronization means any changes made at one side, it should be consistent at the other side. Server alerted synchronization. In this method, When the data is modified at server, then it generates the alerts to the client. Now the client synchronization. Synchronization using chance logs. It has universal applicability and is used in file synchronization, also used in application synchronization. Both mobile and server maintain change logs. Logs may detail actual create, update or delete entries, or just a timestamped list of modified item, or just a changed since last synchronization marker. Actually, there are two types of synchronization operation. One is fast synchronization, which always syncs to the same server. Another is slow synchronization, which sync to multiple server. What is fast sync? Fast sync is when we consider what has changed since the last synchronization operation is done, like same items and field changed in both copies. Then there is a conflict and it is needed to jointly decide how the other party gets the edit. Then there is optimization. Mobile is resource constrained, however server is not resource constrained. Mobile sends all changed items to server. Server collates and sends edits back to mobile. Now this was the description of fast sync. We come to the next type of sync, also known as slow sync. It works when fast sync operation doesn't work. Mobile is synced to less than one server and there are no change flag. Change log overflowed or is not trustworthy. It has been too long since the last slow sync. It is simple but inefficient. In this type of sync, mobile sends all records to server, server collates and sends edits back to the client. Optimization for change log sync. Use changes logs, not just change flag. Maintain complete log of changes. Log overview is when done when next sync is a slow sync. Now there are some mobile synchronization protocol. Hot synchronization protocol, which is used in Palm OS. Sync ML, which is widely supported by different mobiles. Also there is Active Sync, which is supported in a Microsoft mobile and it is renamed in Vista. One way server initiated synchronization. In this method, server initiates synchronization of any new modification since the communication of last modification. Now the server sends the modified copy to the client. Here no change log is required. We'll sync two snapshots without any history. It is used for merge and not for bidirectional sync. It can be wrong. Now there are some problems which occur with hash based sync, like substring identification, cut and paste editing, replace all edits, then lossless compression and the other encoding. For example, when the connecting device parameters are changed or a new device connected to the server, then the configuration information is sent to the server to take place the data dissemination from server or refresh synchronization at a client in a server. File synchronization problems arises when, say, two users, Bob and Alice. Bob wishes to have Alice copy. Should Alice just send the whole file to Bob? No, rsync can help. It is a type of synchronization where, say, Bob, it partitions strings into fixed blocks of size S and sends weak rolling hash and strong hash for each. Hash is a type of flag which is used in synchronization protocol. Then Alice trusts hash to locate those blocks and it sends streams of insert block and insert data. And at the receiving end, Bob follows command to construct Alice copy. Now we come to client initiated synchronization. Here the client initiates the synchronization with the server for sending its modification. For example, the client mobile device initiates synchronization of ringtones or music file available at a server in periodic interval or as and when it connects to the server. The term synchronization applies to more than the movement of enterprise data. It is often used to describe the exchange of personal information management and the transfer of application files. One of the first applications that many corporations make available to mobile worker is email. This is often enabled at the same time as contact list, to-do list and the calendar entries. The combination of this data is commonly referred to as PIM data. Wireless access to email is often considered the killer application in mobile world. It is subject to which everyone can relate and the benefits of which most people by now take for granted. What is the next point? Refresh from client for backup and update synchronization. Here the client initiates the synchronization and sends backup to server for updating data. For example, a mobile device initiates refreshing of the hoarded data at the server in periodic interval or as and when it connects to the server. Slow or full data copy synchronization. In this method, client and server data copies are compared field by field and are synchronized as per conflict resolution rules. This is also a property or a feature of synchronization. Within an organization, a variety of application and other file need to be distributed to mobile users. In this internet, this information is often made available through use of portable media such as CD-ROMs or by corporate server or intranet use. Unfortunately, these techniques don't work neatly as well for mobile workers. Many mobile devices do not support for traditional portable storage data, and the storage that is available is expensive, making this an impractical means of distribution. Adding to the challenge is the fact that most users are at remote sites without access to internal corporate system. Formats of synchronization data copies. During the synchronization, the data format at a server and at the device may differ from each other. When the data at the source is synchronized with data at the receiver, it should be done as per the formats of the receiver. The following are different formats of data at the receiver. Database records. Here the records are indexed to facilitate search operation by placing the query. For example, the contacts in the mobile are indexed as per the first alphabet of the name. Flat files. In the flat file format, the data should be interpreted as a single unit, that is, we should read the file from beginning to end. Data should not picked from the middle of the file, else it will not be possible for the receiver to understand its meaning. Data synchronization actually refers to bidirectional exchange of transformation of data between two separate data stores. So it is necessary to send the data in a sequential manner and not from the middle of the file. The data transfer itself occurs between the synchronization layer on the client and the synchronization middleware on the server. The server middleware then communicates with the enterprise data source. This is most common way that smart client applications are given access to corporate data. Device. For example, an XML or HTML file at the server is synchronized with the file at device, which is in text or binary file format. The total file should transmitted to the device. Device specific storage. Sometimes a device may use the specific storage format for synchronized data with the server. The device specific format is depending upon a specific protocol used by the device. For example, Apple Audio Communication AAC is used to make files. Before going into the domain dependent specific rules for data synchronization, we should understand the benefits of these synchronization protocol. If we consider end users in consideration, today's user of mobile device is probably using a different synchronization product with every device. That is, there is one procedure for synchronizing file between a laptop and network data, another for synchronizing calendar on a handheld computer, and yet another remote access to email. Each technology can synchronize only a few applications or is limited to a particular type of network connection. This arrangement is expensive to install, confusing to configure, and operate and costly to administer. With SyncML, they will be able to buy devices that synchronize with a broader range of data. Device manufacturers. While every device manufacturer wants to support the technologies that will support the data access needs of all user and service providers in practice, a device will support one data synchronization technology. This choice is forced upon the manufacturer by constraints of storage space, memory, power consumption, and cost. Device manufacturers will benefit from a common protocol that will make the device interoperable with a broader range of applications, services, and network and transmission technology. Service provider moving into the growth area of application hosting are particularly concerned. Application developer choosing to support multiple synchronization technologies enables an application to support more type of devices and network data, but that choice comes at a cost. Now we return to domain dependent specific rules for data synchronization. A mobile computing system consists of multiple domains in which data synchronization takes place. Data in mobile device domain has different rules for storage and usage compared with remote system. For example, data in a system domain is identified by alphabets maximum of 255 character, and the same data in mobile domain may identified with 8-bit number. Now, before ending, we must look at the characterization of this protocol. The goal of a common synchronization protocol is symmetric. It would connect any to any over any internet. That is, it will synchronize network data with any mobile device, synchronize a mobile device with any network data. The data synchronization protocol would synchronize network data with many different devices, including handheld computer, mobile phone, automotive computers, and desktop PCs. A user could access and manipulate the same set of data from different devices. For example, a user could read email from either a handheld or a mobile phone and still maintain a consistent updated record of which message has been read. So in this tutorial we learn the certain characteristics and usage of synchronization protocol. They are: it operates effectively over wireless and wireline network. It supports a variety of transport protocol. It supports arbitrary network data. It enables data access from a variety of applications. It addresses the resource limitation of the mobile device and built upon existing internet and web technology. This protocol's minimum function needs to deliver the most commonly required synchronization capability across the entire range of devices. Thank you for watching.